purchase.
What is up, people? First official motovlog on the DJI. Figured I'd do a vlog like with no specific topic going on. It's been a while. That's such a hard toss-up. I want to get the sky, but I also want to get the dash of the bike in this camera angle. 4K, 60 frames per second. And then we're using an ND filter today. Try to make it look faster than we actually going. Yeah, I'm on to you fast boys. But anyways, my super nice, comfy, fancy Mercedes Sprinter finally broke down on me. And it wasn't that big of a break, but it wasn't that small of a break either. Basically, my AC compressor exploded. Watch out for freaking minivans. Dude, he's stepping on it. Did you see that big cloud? I gotta turn this music down. It's distracting me. And it sucks. But yeah, it smells like coolant. Hope that ain't me. But yeah, speaking of smells, so basically, I've been working on the 24 ZX6R. I have some updates for that, but in short, we finally got a gauge cluster, which allowed us to have mileage to show when we went and got it registered. So big progress on that bike so far. As far as fairings go, it's really hard to find 24 fairings. So I've been, let's do some lane filtering while we talk. So I've been looking around for 24 fairings, thinking about other routes. And while I was bored one day going through my old fairing box of mainly 19 stuff, I found a fairing stay for that bike, and I got really bored, so I started slapping the fairing stay on the 24. And obviously the gauge cluster is totally different for the 24. I basically just use a Dremel gang Dremel and a drill, and just started drilling holes and slicing and dicing things up to make the 24 gauge cluster fit with the 19 plus fairing stay, or 19 through 23 fairing stay. So now we just got like a skeleton of a headlight and fairing stay all mounted up with the gauge cluster. It's kind of crookedly placed since all the holes are kind of weird. And now I was trying to get fairings, but I'm in some traffic, dude. Just want to ride and talk. Some cool looking crash barriers. They look new, like a new design. I'll look at the weirdest things. All right, so we're trying to get fairings for the 24, and we got the 19 fairing stay on there with the 24 cluster ghetto-ly mounted inside. So I started to dig some more through my fairings to try to find some 19 fairings to kind of mock up on there and see how it looked. Obviously I know how it looked, but it'd be kind of cool to have the TFT 24 display like this with the 19 older fairings on it, and it's better than nothing. That's my logic. So I've been talking to this guy at Marketplace who's had fairings for sale for months and months, and the poor guy just wants to get rid of them. So he's over like an hour away. So I finally, spur of the moment, was like, hey, I'll come pick him up today. Jumped in the van, and I'm riding down the highway, and all I could smell was like a burning tire from like a semi, but like something told me it wasn't a semi, because like I was driving for a good like 15 miles and I kept smelling the like melting rubber smell. And finally I get to like a toll booth, pay my toll, and I just smell it even more, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably my stuff. So I look out my rearview mirror as I accelerate out of the toll booth, and I just see like a chunk of plastic bounce from under my van, and I immediately pull over, and it was just a nightmare after that. So I jump out of the van, open up the hood, and I see my AC compressors blown up where the pulley is and everything else. So I climb under the van, and my belt, my serpentine belt, got shredded to pieces. They like broke a couple of pulleys. Basically in that short amount of time, my serpentine belt like ripped into pieces and like wrapped itself up under like my main pulley for the engine drive shaft thingamabob, and like coiled itself up into a million coils. So this van, I'm like loving how big it is, until the nightmare of like an hour away from your house, you gotta get it towed back. So I was already thinking that bill was gonna be like $1,000 or some crazy bill, but I found a place, charged me $370, which seemed like a good deal. Loaded me up, and while I waited like the 30-45 minutes for them to come pick me up, I was taking a blade and everything else and just cutting away all the straps of the leftover serpentine belt wrapped around my main pulley thing. So got everything cleaned up, got the van dropped off at home, and I just been ordering parts for it. And I wanted to order the stretch belt and the serpentine belt, since my van has two different belts. I wanted to buy those two things specifically OEM, and I'm driving a Mercedes right now to go pick up those two belts, which is going to cost me about 120 bucks. So like 120 bucks versus like, I don't know, saving a couple bucks buying an aftermarket one, it's kind of not worth it for me. I'd rather buy OEM. But then you're talking about an OEM AC compressor that I need replaced, which I just ordered. That thing's $1,000+ from Mercedes versus what is it, like 300 bucks or so I paid ordering online. So yeah, I'm rolling the dice with an aftermarket AC compressor, but hopefully with everything else being original that I'm replacing, like the pulleys and the belts, this thing treats me well and lasts me a long time. But yeah, the AC's always sucked in this van, so I suspect that it's always kind of had a bad compressor or something going on with the clutch or whatever else. Well, other than that, the van never has check engine lights. It drives amazing, so it's nice to like tear it all apart and do it myself and just learn more about the van and how it works. I feel like you're a better driver or a better rider the more that you know about your vehicle. Getting your hands dirty and working on the vehicle yourself if you're out of warranty or if you just want to save money doing the job yourself. I'm doing the service B myself, which is like the fuel filter, the oil change, the transmission fluid flush, the cabin filters, the engine air filter, just a bunch of stuff. But it's fun. You're just doing a couple screws, one thing at a time, popping it out, putting the new one in, tightening it back up, easy peasy. I don't know about those new Mustang rear ends. They look kind of like Roboxy. But yeah, other than that, I think I got some other backup fairings that I can use for the 24 project. And since we're going to be really bored this weekend, not having a van to go take the bike to the lot, I think I'm going to be doing some crazy garage projects adding on to the fairings. Basically, I have a mismatched set of fairings as far as colors go, piecing everything together that I have to make a nice set. So we're going to add not a wrap or paint, but something else out of this world. We're going to add a different old school touch to it. This DJI mic is different for sure. You don't hear as much outside audio. Let me know what you guys think so far. So messing with the shutter speed and the ISO paired with the ND filter gives you a nice colored, and also gives you like a nice motion blur effect. So you can take these ND filters off pretty quick. Let's see what it looks like with that one. Try not to lose it on the highway. So this is without the ND filter. You know what I've never been to is IKEA. Everybody's raving about these meatless meatballs. I don't know about it. Oh, this is a buzzkill of a road. When you have some legitimate destinations to go to, you really don't want to cut up too much. Cut up your errands, you know what I mean? I try not to have all my vehicles broken at once. What I love about this camera, it's freaking like 100 degrees out here in Florida. I'm filming for like 30 minutes straight and she's still cooking at 4K 60 frames. Didn't blow up yet. I'm sure the batteries are hot, but they're troopers. You don't even gotta talk, just reflect. That was a little close for comfort. That's why we're filming. Extreme footage, just filtered through traffic, minding my own business. That's why you want to sit on the edge of the car instead of like in the middle. You know what I'm saying? That way I can just cut right over real quick if something happens and they hit their brakes. That was a perfect example. It's crappy because if you're like a constantly defensive rider, you're gonna get messed with by cars. And if you're offensive all the time, you give bikers a bad name, quote unquote. So it's like, finding that balance is really difficult. I'm thinking if I was motovlogging right there, like really into a story, I could have had a split-second decision that made me clip the side of that Tesla. Switch the dash up a little bit. It's Mazda, it's Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge. Where's my Chrysler? So what I find cool about this bike is if you don't want these like crackle and pops, You can put it into rain mode and it like turns the snap crackle pops off. No more Rice Krispie treats. There we go. Yeah, no more cracks. This is like a more chill like mode to kind of, you know, take the day down on, get her used to it. And then you switch that shit to Race Pro 1 and seal the deal, you know what I'm saying? Got the Buccaneers Stadium right here. Marseilles, right there. Alright, shout out to Tommy Boy over here at Mercedes, one of the veterans apparently. We got our belts. We even got a little oil drain bolt washer. Now for the next stop. The ultimate plan for stupidity. It's like a little sleeper cab, but it takes up the whole bed. This thing looks like it'll f your shit up if it hits you. They don't make them like they used to, looking ass truck. Dude, a Mercedes is just like, put this in your pocket. It's the washer for my oil drain bolt. Just paid like $6 for this little washer. Put it in your pocket. Cybertruck! Whoa! Whoa! What's that, Z650 out here with your boy? I see you. He's got a ticker on the back. My dog ain't got a plate. Thugging it. Alright, I guess we're going. He's a casual filter. I like these kind of people. Wait for a nice clean pocket and get yourself through. I don't know what exit I gotta take. Perfect cruise control moment. Check the GPS. Thought he lost me. You can't escape the BMW. I just want to let you know you ain't leaving me like that. I'm over here checking GPS. He's trying to make foul plays on your boy. We will not be disrespected like that. 650 man. Alright, give you guys a preview. If you can guess why I'm at Joann Fabrics. The last hint is going to be the aisle that I'm on. Oh yeah. Sweating balls. Sweating balls. Yeah, yeah. Am I about to race the Cybertruck? Aw. It's unfair now. That thing's slow as... Get over here. Make my thumbnail. There we go. Cybertruck.
Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No
sick. Hell yeah. Cybertruck, baby. Whoa. I never really give this bike enough credit, but this thing is a sick bike. I bought this thing pre-owned, and you guys seen that I blew it up, which ended up being the spark plug coils. The downside is those coils cost, I want to say, like over $100 and something a piece. So you're going to be spending like $400 to $600 for coils, but I found them for $300. Popped those new coils in, and this bike's been treating me great ever since. A couple thousand miles that I've owned this bike, over a year of ownership. All I've put into it was the full exhaust, the oil change, and just tightening up some bolts here and there, especially this this grip right here, and yeah, the ignition coils, which is a really common thing to go bad on these bikes, even with like a handful of miles straight from the dealership. I don't know, you treat your bike right, it'll treat you right. Sometimes you just get a lemon, but thankfully this girl has been doing me well. I ran out of gas somewhere in my old van, dude. I remember walking around these parts. I actually took a skateboard. It was like 2 miles of walking and skating, but the road was so rough you couldn't even skate down it. What a mess. That's what inspired me to get the Sprinter. And then a little humbling later on down the road, the Sprinter's broken down at the house and we're on the big bike running errands to get the parts for it. Life is wild, people. Just gotta keep on keeping on. But yeah, I'll probably end the video here soon. I didn't have a plan, so it's kind of just the cruise with the boys out to get some stuff done. I plan on making more motovlogs once the 24's street ready. She's just naked right now, but she's actually legal, so we're making progress on that. And I was really gonna order a ton of parts for that bike, but with the Sprinter van needing all the service and stuff, all my money kind of went towards that this month. But no biggie, we'll get closer to it sooner than later. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Get some seat time in yourselves. Ride safe, and like always, keep it dank. Later!